Are you experiencing deep sorrow? Have you lost your inner joy? Where can you find it? You start looking at people that are happy and you are not like them, and you think you deserve that, but you don't think you have it. Stressful relationships. There are a lot of expectations from your loved ones and you just can't match them. You have a job that you don't enjoy, but you go to it because either it puts food in your mouth or it pays the bills. And nothing else you buy makes you happy. Friends, if you're going through all of this, stay tuned to this video. So we see in Sirach chapter 30 verse 21 to 25. Do not give yourself over to sorrow and do not distress yourself deliberately. A joyful heart is life itself, and rejoicing lengthens one's lifespan. Indulge yourself and take comfort, and remove sorrow far from you. For sorrow has destroyed many, and no advantage ever comes from it. Jealousy and anger shorten life, and anxiety brings on premature old age. Those who are cheerful and merry at table will benefit from their food. Friends, so here we look in the scripture that a joyful heart is life itself. And we also see in the New Testament, in the letter of Philippians, where we see that Saint Paul is in prison and he is writing this letter, and there is a very important theme in this book, in this letter, and that is the theme of joy. He keeps repeating the word joy and rejoice. He tells us rejoice always, rejoice always. And he also tells us to be content in whatever circumstances we are. So friends, I want to share an experience in my personal life, what I have experienced about joy. I thought that joy was a destination, something which I will get if I accomplish certain things, if I have certain things with me, and therefore every day was miserable because I used to wait for that thing to happen. It might be small things even in day-to-day personal life, or it can be certain things which are long-term goals. And friends, I saw a very good example in my life, and that was the example of no other than Father Roland. Father Roland was a spiritual guide. He was my spiritual guide, director, and also my director of Ministry of the Word. And a lot of things which I learned from him. And one thing was this, friends, that he was suffering from cancer. But every time we meet him, there was a broad smile on his face. This smile was not a fake smile, a plastic smile, but a genuine smile, and he was rejoicing even in the times of pain and suffering. Just like Saint Paul, who was rejoicing in the prison while he was writing the letter. And therefore I started thinking, how can he rejoice when there is so much pain and so much suffering around? And therefore, friends, I got this scripture which is so wonderful, which is there in Psalm chapter 16 verse 11. You show me the path of life. In your presence there is fullness of joy. So the answer to your question is, your joy is not on that thing which is lost, or your joy will never come from outside. Your joy will always come from within, because the joy is in the Lord. And therefore, friends, if you are looking out joy elsewhere, you stop looking out there. When you start comparing your life with others, your joy will keep going. when you appreciate the gifts and talents which God has given you, and if you, like Saint Paul, be content in whatever circumstances you are, you will experience that joy. Friends, if you love someone, your thoughts will be constantly on that person. And if your thoughts are on Jesus, it will be very easy to preserve this joy and to be joyful. But if your thoughts are anything other than the Lord, then there will be a lot of suffering, pain and sorrow. So keep your thoughts focused on Jesus, and therefore you will be joyful in all circumstances. So if you have liked this video, do like it, share it and subscribe to my channel. I have done this video in the memory of our beloved Father Roland. Thank you. Bye-bye.